M.G. For 35 years, a magic name to all who love thoroughbred sports cars. A name with a tradition, but a tradition that never rests on its laurels. It took another great stride forward in 1955 at Le Mans, that unique event where quality counts for most and luck for least. Here, the public saw for the first time a new and remarkable product of the M.G. stable, the prototype of the car which was soon to become world famous as the M.G.A. The new M.G., known as the EX182, bore itself well. The critics had been curious, both because a new M.G. is always a major event, and because to run a prototype at Le Mans takes courage, which some might call rashness. But this was no gamble, and the EX182 proved it. Two models completed the 2,000-mile course at 86.17 miles an hour and 81.97 miles an hour, respectively. And more was to come. No sooner was the new thoroughbred in production as the M.G.A. than the prizes began to roll in. The 1956 Alpine Rally saw the M.G.A. winning the first ladies' prize, the Coupe des Dames, and it captured the same honor in the Mille Miglia of that year. Also in 1956, at the Liège-Rome-Liège event, the M.G.A.s put up the best British performance, won the Newcomers' Cup and the second ladies' prize, and came second in the team prize. Not a bad record for a production model in its first year. On the Liège-Rome-Liège run the following year, the Coupe des Dames was won for the first time ever by a British crew, and they won it with an M.G.A. Add to that other successes at Sebring, Nürburgring, Le Mans and Dunlop, and this brilliant little car was off to a flying start. M.G. designers, as we've already remarked, do not rest on their laurels. Even before the M.G.A. was offered to the public, plans were afoot for a still faster version, the same B-series engine, but fitted with twin overhead camshafts. The specifications were exacting. The M.G.A. can do just over 100 miles an hour. The twin cam was to do much better than that. The M.G.A. can reach 80 miles an hour from standstill in 32 seconds. The twin cam was to reach 100 in about the same time. The M.G.A. costs less than £1,000. The twin cam was to cost only about a quarter more. All in all, quite a target. The designers went ahead, and as early as the autumn of 1955, a twin cam version of the EX182 was tried out in the Dunlop TT. It put up some very fast times, and the lessons learned were carefully incorporated in the design. M.G. had their eyes on an even greater goal. Nothing less than the world record for the class. For this, they enlisted the help of Stirling Moss. Nothing was left to chance. M.G. designers were satisfied that months of development had brought their engine, for this purpose a supercharged version, to concert pitch. Now it was up to the coach-building experts to produce the most aerodynamically efficient car in M.G.'s history, tailor-made for one of Britain's top drivers. He was seated well forward, with the engine behind him, an arrangement which gave the best streamlining and also maximum traction from the rear wheels. Previous M.G. record breakers had a normal chassis with a streamlined skin. This time, streamlining was put first, and machinery and driver arranged accordingly. Driver and car were ready, and Bonneville Salt Flats, Utah, was chosen as the ideal location for the great attempt. And what a day it was. 5 international and American 1.5-liter records were smashed. 1 kilometer and 1 mile at 245 miles an hour. 5 kilometers at 243, 5 miles at 235, and 10 kilometers at 224 miles an hour. The new engine, soon to be on sale to the public in the M.G.A Twin Cam, had proved itself magnificently. And now meet the M.G.A Twin Cam itself, the production model. A race-bred car which gives both the competition driver and the normal intelligent motorist the finest value for money they have ever dreamed of. It's showing its paces on the Myra track, the Motor Industry Research Association in Leicestershire. Like its standard M.G.A brother, the Twin Cam combines speed with comfort, for M.G. have always believed a sports car should be comfortable. Not merely a machine for getting there fast, but a real car in which it is both safe and pleasant to get there fast. Entering the fast lane now. The rack and pinion steering is smooth and effortless, and it's hard to believe that such a high-speed vehicle has a turning circle of 29¼ feet. While we're looking at the back of her, it's worth mentioning that a selection of alternative rear axle and gearbox ratios is available. Just one of the many items in which the customer can make his personal choice. Other optional extras include an adjustable steering column, a competition windscreen only 6½ inches deep, an oil cooler, a windscreen washer, and of course a heater and a radio. In most cars, at such a speed, with a hand camera, this shot would be impossible. Comment enough on the suspension of the M.G.A Twin Cam. She runs as smoothly as many cars do at half the speed. And that smoothness not only means comfort, it means safety. £2 miles a minute in a production sports car costing less than £1,300. 100 miles an hour from a standing start in a little over half a minute. That could only be achieved in such a combination of high quality and low price by a concern that has led the way in sports car design for 35 years. A sports car stable which is highly specialized and yet has the resources of a great corporation behind it. By the way, let us make it quite clear that the M.G.A Twin Cam is not intended to supersede the standard M.G.A models, which will continue unchanged. Every M.G. is a car for the enthusiast, but the Twin Cam is for the enthusiast who demands just that little extra. M.G. say confidently that no other car in the world offers such a performance at such a price, and with stability, roadworthiness, and comfort to match its performance. And they predict with equal confidence that over the next few years, races, rallies, and competitions in many lands will continue to prove their point. We haven't mentioned the brakes yet. To give maximum safety with the extra turn of speed, the M.G.A Twin Cam has Dunlop disc brakes on all 4 wheels. A 2 miles a minute car needs something special in the way of braking. In fact, it demands the most effective system the motor industry has produced. And this is it. Just watch. You can tell the Twin Cam from the standard M.G.A by its center-lock disc wheels and by the name on the boot lid and scuttle air exits. Otherwise, the two models look very similar. The differences that matter are inside the wheels and under the bonnet. All that power, that tremendous speed, that breathtaking acceleration. Is it safe in the hands of the ordinary owner-driver? Shouldn't it be left to the professionals, the competition experts, the racing stars? The answer is definitely no. MGs have always been designed primarily for the normal, intelligent motorist. He is to be trusted with high performance, provided it is combined with what this trademark guarantees: complete reliability, faultless steering and brakes, the knowledge that his car will never let him down. Whether a man, or come to that a woman, drives for business, for fun, or for prizes, or for all three, he will find in the M.G.A Twin Cam an aristocrat of sports cars that is second to none in the world.